Hi there, English Picker here. These are my picking finds for the 21st and 22nd of January 2012. Yeah, I went to a couple of places over the weekend. Saturday was excellent, spent a bit too much money. Sunday was rubbish and spent virtually nothing. Saturday I spent 78 quid. And Sunday I spent £2. So Saturday I went to an auction about 30 odd miles away over in Nottinghamshire. I can't remember the auction, it was something or other and Sons anyway. And they're massive auctions on every weekend. They've got like 4 sale rooms with like furniture, antique furniture, collectibles, but I was in the silver room. So yeah, here's some of the bits that I've got. So I've got 2 lots from the auction. First lot I paid too much for, basically. I did do some research before I went, but the sort of thrill of the auction got the better of me. This auction adds 20% on, so what I did is I'd written the lot numbers down of what I wanted, what they were worth, and what was the maximum hammer price that I should pay. So then when they add 20% on, it equals the value. Now what I'd done on that one is I'd written down the hammer price for what the actual value on the internet was, as opposed to what I should pay for it. So this is the item in question. It is a silver-proof coin commemorating the marriage of Prince of Wales and Diana Spencer. It's an ounce. An ounce of 28.28 grams of 925 silver, sterling silver, in a certificate of authenticity and in its little case. Fantastic condition, both sides, hasn't been mucked about with, no one's taken it out or anything like that. So great coin. The bidding started at 20. Sorry, the bidding started at 15, but this auction has internet bidders. I went to go and bid 20, which really should have been my maximum. Internet bidder got in there beforehand, nicked the 20, so he said, did I want to pay 25? I said yes. I won it, but with the 20% on top, that means I paid 30 for it, which really is, I mean, top end of what you'd pay on the net. I mean, I can probably get my money back out of it or thereabouts. So yeah, not too sure whether I should keep it and hopefully the price of silver will go up and thus the value will, or whether I'll just flip it and get my money back. So there was loads of coins at this auction, mostly crowns, and there was a Victorian double florian there, really nice, and they were just going for silly money because of the internet bidders. People bidding at home, it was just too easy to click. So like there was a biscuit tin half full of copper coins. There was nothing in there really. It was all worn like that. But gamblers just took a risk on it, and they went for sort of 40-50 quid. Silly money. So I thought with these two, I'll never get them, but I'll have a go at bidding anyway. So the auction started at 20, and it went up in sort of increments, 22, 24, 28. I thought, oh god, it was going up quite quickly, and then it sort of stalled at I think it was 35. Then I thought I'll just bid once, and I went to bid, and an internet bidder bid at the same time, but they take precedence over internet bidders over people in the room, so they got it. So he looked at me and went like, you know, 40, and I went, yeah, go on then, and I got it for 40. So with buyer's premium I actually paid £50 for it. Now what I've got here is I've got a really quite worn but nice crown from 1819 from George III. So I think that's Mad King George. I mean, it's really worn and battered, but at the end of the day, it is, you know, 26, 28 grams of 925 silver. So it's pushing an ounce of silver. So you know, 25 quid. So these go for actually surprisingly little on eBay. The sort of early 1800s crowns in poor to good condition, which this probably is, really only go for about £15, which is about their melt, which considering their age is a bit mad really, but yeah, I think I'm going to hang on to this one. I haven't got a crown this old, so I don't mind handling it because it is so worn. Now the next one I'm really quite happy with. This is why I'm surprised this didn't go for more, because this is a very nice coin. It's an 1887 Victorian crown, but just look at the detail on it. I mean, there's a couple of dings and like scratches in the field and stuff, but normally the crowns I have are just gone. I mean, I'll show you an example over here of another one that I've got. This is the second best one to it, and if you compare and contrast this 1897, you can see there's nothing on his face. The breast of the dragon's gone, but then if you flip over here, it's a real night and day difference. Same with the other side, with the image of Victoria. I mean, it's a different image, but you can really gauge the difference in quality. So yeah, I was really happy with that. Good edge, no rim bumps or anything like that. Annoyingly, I haven't actually got an 1887, so I'm actually going to keep this one. I reckon I could probably get about 40 quid on eBay for it. But a bit like Barry from Storage Wars, unfortunately I'm going to keep this one, I think. So yeah, real nice coin. I was very surprised to get. So they'll be added to my collection of crowns here, as well as florians and half crowns. A few nice dates, some really nice condition florians. Some of these crown, that's the new crown there. Nice shilling there. So there's a Canadian one in there. Don't know what that's doing in there. So outside the auction, there was a bit of a kind of a market I mean, I think it'd be rude to call it a flea market as well. There's fruit and veg, but then there was also this market thing where basically you've got about half a dozen traders with big vans, and they obviously do house clearances, but they've got cardboard boxes, 2 foot by about a foot. You know, you've got 50 of them on the floor for each one, all in rows. And it'd just been torrential rain before that, so everything was just soaked, proper soaked. So in the in-between time, when all the gold was selling for stupid money, I went and looked round and picked up a few bits, but most of it was really manky. I mean, the boxes just, there was no order to it. It was all mashed together, outside, wet. And you know, you really have to sort of dig deep to rummage through some of that. I mean, I was rummaging through one box and there was like sort of instant popcorn in there, and it had burst. And I was digging through and there was maggots in there, and it was just like, oh God, you know, I do really enjoy picking, but there are limits sometimes to where I can get usable things out of. But I did pull some nice bits out, and this is what I found. So with loads of internet haul videos I've seen, thrift stores, I always see people pull vintage computer games out. So I saw these, Hero Quest, I had a board game for this. It's a Games Workshop, fairly local company that made Hero Quest. This is for the Spectrum, and then there's also Castle Master. These were soaked, but they've dried out, and other than a few dents on the edges, they're fine. tapes look okay. There with the original manual and everything. Same with the Hero Quest. All the graphics are really good. Excuse me. And both cassettes are there. Other ones I've seen, you're missing one. As well as the booklet. The booklet's in good shape. I mean, the box is fine as well. I paid 50p for those. So I've put those on eBay just at a low start of £1 to £2. I don't imagine they'll go for a ton of money, but you know, I'll dip my toe in that games market. I've put them together as a group lot to try and sell them. I pulled out a pair of earrings, unmarked. One's got sort of partial mark, but they are silver. I've tested them. I got them for £1, and there's about 4 or 5 grams worth there. So that's a good deal. That'll go in the scrap box. Then lastly, I pulled out these. Big fan of the dance music. So these are perfect. These are from Self, Ministry Sound Anthems and Club Nation. I paid 50p each for those. So I mean, they're in fantastic condition, even if I wanted to resell them at a later date. So just the outside covers are a bit wet, but they soon dried off, and good deal. Also, I picked up this light, which will be featured in future videos for lighting. I got that for £1, and I wasn't sure if it worked. It's completely soaked, dried it off, works like a champ. Okay, so lastly, I went to the car boot sale on Sunday. It was fair weather, a bit windy, and there was nobody there, hardly anybody there. There was maybe 20 vendors when there's normally hundreds, so not great. Me and my friends still played the £1 challenge, which I shall talk about later. But basically, yeah, this is what I picked up. Picked up a hard hat for when I go rummaging around building sites for salvageable materials. Got that for 50p. Great deal really, because they can be quite expensive. Picked up a set of wire cutters, which I realised I didn't actually own, so it's good to have a set. Got those for 50p. Picked up this, which is from 1974. It is a Fisher Price Evel Knievel doll. I know some of the early Fisher Price stuff can go for good money. I paid 20p for that, I think. It's on my eBay at the moment, I think starting at £2, something like that. So I've seen them on there before sale between £3 and £5. It's in fairly good condition, a few scratches on top, but yeah, not too bad. And then lastly, you got these bits. I've got a set of earrings, some kind of orange stone in what looks to be a silver mount. I got a little clasp which isn't magnetic. I've yet to test it, but it's most likely silver. And then I got this one row earring which says sterling on the wheel there. I got those for 30p. So yeah, spent 30, 50p. I spent £1.50 altogether. Sorry, I thought it was £2 I spent, but no. So not a huge amount of stuff really, but you got to, deal with what comes your way really. So when I go to thrift stores and sort of car boot sales, yard sales, those sort of things, a game I like to play with, if any of my friends come along with me, which when it's cold is few and far between, but the game we like to play is the £1 challenge, or you could do it the $1 challenge if you want. And what you do beforehand, before you even go to the place, you decide upon a theme, whether it's just something simple like something you wear, or a colour, say blue, or something simple like that. And what you do is you go around the show and you buy something for £1 or less, and it's got to be to do with that theme, and you come at the end and you have a show and tell of what you've got for that price, and then everyone votes to what is the best item they think out of the group, and then the person who has the best item wins everything that's there. So it's just a nice little little challenge you can do for yourselves. I mean, you don't have to have it winning at the end. You can just have, you know, that person's won it for that week. So just a good little game to play. It's also good if you go around with kids and things like that, that they can get involved and sort of learn how to start picking from an early age. So yeah, they're my finds for this weekend. Some spending a lot of money and spending not much money. So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and check out my other videos. I'll catch you next time.